Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in our previous video, we have created this beautiful GlassMorphism design in Flutter. So this app contains a getting started page, a sign-in page, and also a sign-up page. So we have just designed this application and we have not added any state management for this. So in this video, we are going to add state management, that is for the password field. So now whenever you type the password and if you click on this eye icon, you cannot see any password you cannot see what you have typed. So we are going to implement this, and for this today we are going to use the Getx state management. Also in the next video we are going to implement the file-based authentication and file-based file flow as well using Getx state management. And if you are interested in learning all these things, then do watch this video till the last so that you can get a proper knowledge about how you can use a Getx to manage your state in Flutter. This is one of the easiest methods to follow. So let's get started with our today's video. Today we are here in our home page. So we have our GM homepage. So I've also created a video on the state management as well. You can check it out. All the links of all the videos which have been created before will be given in the description. You can check it out. So now just let's restart our app, and now let's try to implement what we have said. So for this, what we are going to use in today's package, we are going to use the get package. So I have not added any version because the subset will automatically determine the package version and it will automatically import it. So now just you need to import the get, and now let's try to implement the Getx state management. So inside of GlassMorphism we are having the different folders. So now let's create a new folder and we'll call it as controllers. So in Getx state management we are basically going to use controllers. So we are using this entire application for the authentication. So you can either create authentication directly, you can create a controller and you can use it. So but for now what we are going to do is, in order to understand properly, what we are going to do is we are going to create two different controllers. That is, for the sign-in page we are using different, and for the sign-up page we are using different. So now let's start with building our application. So inside our controller folder we are going to create a new file, and that file we will just call it sign-in controller. So we are going to define this page for only the sign-in page. So now let's create a class with name sign-in controller, and this extends the Getx controller. So now the Getx controller is automatically imported over here. So you're not getting any so now what we can do is, whatever logic we want to have for our sign-in page, we are going to define everything inside the sign-in controller. So the different things that we require for our application is we want two different controllers for each of the text fields. So what we can do is we can create a text editing controller with a name email, that is for the email of the sign-in controller, and we can create email text editing controller. In the same way, let's create for the password as well. So we are going to create text editing controller password is new text editing controller. So now as you can see we are going to get an error. That's because so the flipper thing is already automatically imported, or else you can just import material as well. Both work the same. So we have created a text editing controller that for the email we have created email controller, and for the password we have created a password controller. So now we need to bind this to our actual sign-in page. So how to bind it? So what you need to do is you need to go to the views and you need to go to the sign-in page, and since you are initializing this for the first time, you are calling the sign-in controller for the first time, and then you are calling the first time in this page. So what you're going to do is we are going to define something called as sign-in. You can say sign-in controller is get dot put, and you're going to add, let me just add this as start show. You can add sign in controller, and you need to import this. So now let's try to import this. So we're not going to get any import. So what you can do, you can directly import it from here. So just I'm having some errors in this program. So after GlassMorphism, we are having something called as controllers, and we are having sign in controller dot bar. So we have successfully imported our sign in controller. So now, as you can see at the bottom, we have an instance of sign in controller. So now what we need to do is we have the properties of the sign in controller in this option. So now let's come back over here to the custom text field. So if you hover, there is no option to have that is the controller. So what you need to do is you just open this widget, and over here we are going to have finally we need to have a text editing controller, and for now we name it as controller. Okay, so now let's import that to our parameter list. So we have this controller, and inside our text field, that is inside text field, we have a controller property, and we name this dot controller. So we have named this controller. So whatever controller will be passed will be used in instance. So for this, for the custom text field as image, we are going to pass the controller. So to pass the controller, we need to pass the sign-in controller, because we are having a email controller in the sign-in controller. Inside that we have something called as email. So we are getting the auto solution as well. So email. So now we have created the email controller, the text editing controller, and here we are binding it with the controller for the email field, that is for this field. In the same way, we need to bind the controller for the sign-in page, that is for the password field. So we need to have sign-in controller dot password. So now we have binded the controller for the password as well. So now what we can do is, just for your reference, we have a custom button over here. So just to show you, what I'll do is I'll just grab this widget inside something called as Getx detector. Okay, so now on the top of the Getx detector, so what I want to do is I'm just going to print the value of the sign-in controller dot email dot to string. We'll add it to string for right now. So we'll save this. So now what happens is, whenever I type any value inside the sign-in controller and on the sign-in button, you should have that printed onto your console. So now I'll just add some values, or let me add just like subscribe, and now just tap on sign in, and we have to get the value over here. So I think my debug console is not working properly, so oh sorry, I have to add dot value. Sorry, it's value dot toString. So we need to get the value right now. So we are getting the test controller's property. So we want the value, or I think it's text. Yeah, maybe. So then we'll try once again. So just let's sign in this, and we'll try to sign in. and you're going to get subscribed in the console. So this is how we are going to do. So in the same way you can have the password as well. So just name the password, and now what you type in the password uh, will be displayed into your console. So this is it. You have successfully binded your sign in button, that is the text field for the password, and the email with the appropriate text editing controllers. So now let's remove this widget. We don't require this widget. So I just added to show you how we are going to bind it. So now what we can do is hotly start it, and now we need to have some functions, so that we need to have some functions or some logic, so that whenever we type some values over here and we click on this red icon, we want to show what they are written. So for that, what we can do is we can once again just go back to our custom text field over here, and we can define something called as final. We define a function and we name it as on tap. So what will happen whenever you tap on that button? So this will be active only if we have something called as the suffix icon. So what we have created this. So if you don't understand what I've done in this video, the link of the previous video is given in the description. Check out the entire full detailed video of how we have created this entire page and what logic we have used, and then you can check out this video to understand more better. So now we wrap this inside widget, and that will be a gesture detector, so that we can detect different types of gestures. So now we want it to be the on tap. So we have the on tap function, and we want to pass the this dot on tap, that what you are passing, the function that you are passing. So now like format this. So there we have formatted this. So now whenever you pass on tap function to this, we have something changing. So before that, what we need to pass is the on tap. We need to find that, right? So now first we will do something called as bool is obscure. So by default, is obscure will be true. That is, by default, we want the password field to be hidden. That is, we don't want to show what we are typing. We want to show asterisk or some other value. So we are keeping first time we are keeping the is obscure to be true, and now we are changing. We are creating a new method, that is set obscure. That is, we want to change obscure. So whenever this function calls, we want to set it to its null value, its opposite value. So what this line does is we have the is obscure to be true. So whenever the is obscure is true, we call the set obscure, and whenever we call the set obscure method, so if this is true, then the opposite of true, that is false, will be set, so that the true becomes false, and we can see that the is obscure will be false. So we can see the text what the user has written. So this is the logic that we are going to use, and we need to call the update method as well, just like we call the notify listeners. So we need to call the update, so that whenever the value changes, we need to update it. So now where we want to change it. So now what we want to do is, in the sign-in page, we want to add it. We want to change it to is obscure. That is, we want to change it to the value of the is obscure. That is, we need sign controller dot is obscure. But we want to change the value as well. So we want to change the value. That is, we want to pass the function. Also, we want to change the value, and if we pass the sign is obscure directly, and if we change it, we don't have any properties to reveal the text field. So what we are going to do is, once we pass this text field, so now we need to change this section. So we are going to wrap this. So for that, what we do is we just cut it out, and in here we are going to pass get builder. So the builder takes in the property of a builder, and it takes a parameter of just a controller. Oh, what happens? So controller, and we need to explicitly define the type of the controller that we are going to use. So before that, let's return the value that we have, what we want to return. So we want to return the text field. So now let's define the type as we want to define the type as sign in controller, because we want to get that particular controller. So now this controller instance refers to the sign in controller, and this value, this controller value will have all the values that is defined inside the sign in controller. So what we can do is inside our sign in page. So let's have this in our next line. And now instead of ease of pure to be true, we want controller dot ease of pure. So this is the value of the ease of pure that is from the controller. So now let's start our application, and let's check whether this part of the code is working right now. So now let's get started. So now let's type something. So we are getting the ease of pure, but we are not getting any value because we have not put any function to that. So what we can do is we have called something called as ontap function. So we can do like this. So we can just call controller dot set of pure. Okay, so from here we are going to set ease of pure, and now whenever you type some value, so now we will type some value random, and whenever we click on it, so we are going to get what we have written. So tap once again, it's boom. So the logic goes like this. So what we are doing is, first of all, we have created a builder. So now inside this controller, we are having ease of pure to be getting the value from the controller. So what happens is whenever you tap, so you pass a tap function that is set of pure, that is whenever you tap on this suffix icon, that is this suffix icon, the set of pure function from the sign in controller will be called, and it sets the opposite value of the present of pure. If it is true, it sets to be false, and if it is false, it sets to be true, and it updates. So whenever this updates, so whenever the update method is called, what happens is the get builder which contains those values, that is ease of pure value, only those controllers which contain the ease of pure value will be called. So the builder, only the custom text field of the password will be built, not the entire build, that entire widget will not be built. Only the custom text field, what included into the get builder, will be built. So this is the use. So in this way we can use a get builder. So only a custom part which you want to change, you can put it inside the builder. So only those things, and if you have a huge application, so this will be helpful so as to optimize your application, and it will be faster because you are only rebuilding only the part of the application with only a text field and not the entire page. So now we have implemented this. So you can see it's working pretty fine. Yeah. So now what we're going to do is, in the same way, we are going to create a new controller for the sign up page as well. So let's head on to sign up page. So now we can see we don't have any value, right? So what we can do is, in this case, we need to have the three values. So we can create a controller in this system, but I'm going to make a different controller so that while implementing the login and the sign up, we can make it separate so that it will be easy for us to debug later on. So now inside the controllers, let's create a new file and we name it as sign up controller. That is for the sign up page. So this is the dart file. So now we need to import material.dart because we are going to use the text engine controller, and let's import get as well. So we are importing get. So now let's create a class. So this class will be a sign in sign up sign up controller, and this extends Getx controller. Okay, so whenever you want to use Getx controller, you need to extend it with the Getx controller. And now we need to create a creating controller for the name. Let me create it really quick. So now we have set up the text editing control over here. So now let's bind it. I think now everyone knows how to bind this controller to the page. So just go onto the sign-in controller, that is to the sign up page. So we have the sign up page over here. And inside of it, let's create a sign up controller, and we do get.find. And we want to find sign up controller. Okay, so now let's import it. So for this I'll just wait. Okay, so from sign up page, what I'll do is, so I'll just copy this, and inside the sign up page I'm just going to paste, and let's just change it to sign up. Okay, so we have the sign up controller as well, and I think there's some error over here. So just copy this. I think now what's the error? Oh, sorry, it has to be get.put. Okay, so we need to have get.put. So get.find is whenever we are using get.put only to initialize the constructor, initialize that sign up controller. And if you want, now we have initialized our sign up controller inside our sign up page. So if you want to use the same controller anywhere else in other pages, then you need to have then you need to pass the command, that is the code as final sign up controller. We need to have controller name, and we are just going to have get.find. So what it does is this get.find finds the controller which you assign the sign up controller, and assigns that particular instance to this controller name. So in this way, whenever you want to call the next time, whenever you want to use the sign up controller, there's no doubt using get.put sign up controller. Once you have initialized, then just call final sign up controller, that's the class name, and you want to give it a controller name, and you need to just call get.find. So this is find. So this will find the instance of that Getx controller. So Getx controller. So this is for you guys for the reference. I'm showing this as that is answering it as the command so that you can know and write the comment. So now we have implemented. So now we have created the sign up controller as well. So now it's time to bind our entire UI with the custom text field with the controller. So we need to have the controller sign up the controller dot name. Same way we are going to have the controller over here to be sign up controller dot email, and here the same way we need to just cut this, and we need to put this inside something called the Get builder. And what we'll do is we'll just start the builder right now, and we'll explore everything later. So we need a controller, and we return this value. Okay, so we have returned this value. So now we need to define what type of controller, which controller we are going to pass. So this time it will be sign up controller. So this controller instance refers to the sign up controller. So now we have true because we have not defined what is called as use of pure. So we'll just name it everything. So initially will be true, and we have void set of pure. So what we're going to do is use of pure in the same way. We are going to set to not use of pure. Okay, then we are going to call the update method. So now we have done it. The same way we just right now we initialize it, and I'm going to explain. I'll explain what I've done. So just add controller.use of pure, and in here on the tab function. So we want to pass the controller set of pure function. So now we initialize everything properly. So now let's hot reload this, and now let's check it. So now I'll type some random numbers, and now let's define. Yeah, they're getting it. So now there may be some issues with use or some what do you say, ideas or something like that. So you may be thinking, like, I've used name over here, email, password, and the same way as use email and password. Why doesn't the text field doesn't get confused? So what happens is now you have a signing page. So this email, so over here, this email comes from the sign up controller, and in the sign up page, in the signing page, this controller, that is this email controller, email controller comes from the signing controller. So these two are from the different classes. So since they are from different classes, we can include the same name, we can have the same function. So whenever we call, we are calling from the instance of this controller, and instance for both the controller is different. So now we have binded our entire application using Getx. So now let's refresh this. So the main advantage of the Getx state management is there's no need of using the context editor, so we can get the data that is without using the context. So now let's check it. So now we have the getting started page. We will type some value, and we will type some value as well. So now it's working. So now you're over here, you're inside the you have opened, that is, you have set use of pure to be false. So now let's head on to this. So I'll type something just for the random. So now now if you tap on this, you're going to get the value, just close. Now if you come back again, so you will have this to be none, or then sorry, to be false. That's because the instance of these of pure inside the controller will be stored as long as the entire app will be closed. So until your app closes, your use of pure value from the signing controller will be false until you make it true. So now it has been set to true. So in this way, we have seen how we can bind the Getx controller to our pages. So in the upcoming videos, we are going to implement more. So in the next video, I am going to implement the file-based authentication using email and password. And for this, we are going to use Getx state management, and you can see how we can completely differentiate our entire UI from the entire logic part. So you can see that in the sign up page, we are only having the UI, and we are just calling all the methods that we require, and we have defined all the methods inside the controller. So this is the beauty of the Getx state management system, where it allows us to completely differentiate between the code that is the logic part and the UI part, and it is also very easy to learn and understand. So we are also going to have a detailed explanation on the Getx state management itself. If you're interested in learning new things like this, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and also comment your views on this video. Thank you for watching.